Colorado High School Activities Association basketball is on B106 and B106.com. Tonight from Fort Morgan High School, it is a Colorado 7 doubleheader as the Weld Central Rebels have come to town. And we have the girls game starting up here momentarily, and that opening tip is brought to you by Ingmeyer Phillips Insurance. Looking to find insurance for your car, home, or even for you? Call Ingmeyer Phillips Insurance with 2 locations in Brush and Fort Morgan. They can help you with your home, car, health, or life insurance questions or provide a quote. So the tip goes to the Lady Rebels as we get this game underway. Brian Nickel with Corey Riddle here at Fort Morgan High School. Michaela Clipper running the boards for us tonight back at the studios. Try to get the ball inside, taken away, and then taken back by the Rebels. Tried to be saved underneath, but it was hit the back of the backboard, so that's a turnover by the Rebels. As Fort Morgan gets the ball inbounds, Rebels come out with a full court press. Mustangs throw the ball away, though, on their first possession. See if we can see some numbers here. It's kind of a hard number to blue on red, but the Rebels pass the ball around here with Ballinger out at the point. Passes back up to the point, now back over to Ballinger on the left wing, now into the corner to Boko. Back out to Ballinger out at the high point. Now they get it to McClure. Rebels passing the ball around the perimeter, looking to get it underneath. Now a shot from the corner, and that is going to be up and no good. Tipped around and finally going to be taken by McClure. Her shot up and no good. Rebounded by the Mustangs. They get it up to Haley Lewis. Lewis over now to Haley Shaver, and her shot up and no good. Lewis, though, with a putback up and good for Haley Lewis. Nice job there on the boards for Lewis, and get the putback for the Fort Morgan early lead, 2-0. And now a 30-second timeout is going to be taken here by the Weld Central Rebels. So we'll just keep it right here, and we will give you the starting lineup for your Fort Morgan Mustangs. And that lineup is brought to you by Cargill Beef. Cargill Beef is committed to feeding the world in a responsible way by reducing environmental impact and continuously improving products and processes. Learn about Cargill's story of commitment at www.cargill.com. So starting tonight for your Lady Mustangs, the sophomore Kelsey Shaver, sophomore Hallie Shaver, sophomore Haley Lewis, junior Abby Mussman, and senior Lindsay Nestor. The first Fort Morgan score of the game is brought to you by Morgan Federal Bank. The bank is committed to their community and keeping banking simple. They are on the cutting edge of banking. Stop by 321 Anson and see what options they have available. Morgan Federal Bank, there is a difference. So timeout over, and the Rebels working the offensive end of the court here, and now a 3-second violation called on the Rebels. So another turnover on their second possession. They get the ball into Hallie Shaver, back to Lindsay Nestor. Nice job as they get the Haley Lewis. Lewis's layup is going to be up, and they're going to call an offensive foul on Haley Lewis. And I don't think that she was, Coach Andy Schoen, not real happy with that call, and I don't blame him. But Haley Lewis with her first foul, first team foul. Now the Rebels back into their offensive set with Boko as they just pass the ball around the perimeter. Boko out at the three-point line. Now she's going to hand off up top to Ballinger. Now back to Boko. Nice defense here by the Lady Mustangs. Three is going to be taken by Boko, up and no good, but rebounded by the Rebels and put back up and in. And I believe that was number 31, Kelly Carlson, with the bucket to tie this up here at 2. And now a foul is going to be called down at the offensive end against the Weld Central Lady Rebels. And that will go against Michaela Brovsky. Her first, team first. Now the Lady Mustangs to inbound right baseline of their basket. They get it into Mussman in the right corner. Back out to Nestor. Nestor now drives down the left side. Shot is going to be up off the rim and no good. Oh, nice job there by Haley Lewis. Now Nestor from the left side. That ball is up and good for Lindsay Nestor. Nice 12-foot jumper there by Nestor. Put the Mustangs up 4-2. With 4.5 to go here in this first period. Ball's tipped away once again by the Mustangs. Haley Shaver. Layup is up and good from the left side for Shaver. 6-2 Fort Morgan. Ballinger now another turnover by the Weld Central Rebels. A bad pass from Ballinger. As the Mustangs will now inbounds in front of their bench as they work across the half-court line, get it into the front court. Abby Mussman now to Haley Lewis to Kelsey Shaver. Her shot in and out and tipped around, and they're going to call fairly over the back, and that will go against Abby Mussman, her first. She tried to go after that rebound. So the Lady Mustangs up 6-2 here with just under 4 minutes to go. Here this first period of play. Over on this side and tipped and regained. That is Isabel Leet that has come into the game for the Lady Rebels. Leet now at the high left point, now cross court pass to Boko. Boko now cross court once again to Leet. Her shot is up and no good. Rebounded and a jump is going to be called, so that will be possession to the Lady Mustangs. Nice job by Lindsay Nestor to get in there and fight for that ball. Now full court pressure once again for the Weld Central Rebels. Now they get up to Kelsey Shaver. Now over to Hallie Shaver. Now up court to Abby Mussman. Now a shot. Oh, passes over the head of Haley Lewis and out of bounds. So turnover by your Mustangs as they lead 6-2 with 3:18 to go here in this first period. Get the ball into the court. Now they're going to call a foul in the lane. Oh, and that's going to be 2 on Lewis. So it looks like Riley Bauman going to get some playing time tonight as Haley Lewis called for her second foul here in the first. No, nice job from the back to block the ball. Blocked from the back by Hallie Shaver. Out of bounds to the Rebels, so they will inbounds. I'm not sure what that was about. The ball tipped out of bounds on the inbounds play, so they will try inbounding once again. Right baseline of their basket are the Lady Rebels as they get it into Leet out high. Now to Boko, back over to Leet, now outside to Boko. 2-3 zone defense here by your Lady Mustangs as they're trying to get it worked inside. Now a 3 from straight on, and that is going to be up and good for Emily Boko. 6-5 Fort Morgan. 2:36 to go. The first meeting this year on early in January, the Mustangs lost 25-24. They were up 16-12 at half, but only scored 8 points in the second half and were outscored 15-8. Haley Lewis only with 8 points in that game. So Caitlin Wells into the game for Abby Mussman. Now tipped out of bounds by the Rebels. So Fort Morgan to inbounds in front of the Rebel bench. Hallie Shaver looks to get it in. Cross court over to Kelsey. Kelsey now to Hallie in the left corner. Now they get it underneath to Nestor. Nestor shot up and no good, but no foul called. Going to be taken away by Leet. 6-5 Fort Morgan. Leet back out at the high point. Cross court to Boko. Boko being guarded in the man-to-man or zone defense, 2-3 zone defense. The Mustangs extending the defense, and I know the Rebels are going to look to try to get that ball inside. They get it in to Carlson. Now they're going to kick it back out to Boko, and that three is up and no good, but on the near side, the ball is going to be put back up and in by Ballinger. Put the Rebels up by one. Now a shot from the free throw line up and no good. Rebounded by the Rebels. As they get set to bring the ball up court, leading 7-6. Cross court to Boko. Now they try to get it underneath. Going to be finally taken by Nestor. Caitlin Wells gets it off to Hallie Shaver. Hallie Shaver into the front court with 1:08 to go here. First period, the Mustangs down 7-6. Caitlin Wells back over to Shaver. Now cross court pass to Kelsey Shaver. Nestor just outside the free throw line. That shot is up and no good, but she was fouled on the shot. So she will go to the line to shoot two. And that foul will go against Isabel Leet. So Lindsay Nestor to the line to shoot two, where she can tie this up or at least go ahead. And her first free throw is up and no good. Nestor on the year is shooting 61% from the free throw line. See if she can connect here, and that was also off the back of the rim and no good. Leet with the rebound over on the far corner. Leet now, Rebels are going to throw it away. Another turnover by the Rebels. 51.5 seconds to go here in this first period. Abby Muspin in, Lindsay Nestor to take a seat. So Hallie Shaver, or Kelsey Shaver into Hallie. Goes down that left sideline now to Abby Mussman. Now her pass is going to be tipped and taken away by the Rebels. Now Leet with the ball as she gets it into the front court, set up the offense. Hands it off to Ballinger. Now back to Leet. Out on the high left wing. Now Ballinger out at the point. Back to Leet on the left side. Another three, and that is going to be up and no good. Now an over the back call is going to be called on the Lady Rebels, and that foul is going to go on Christina Gherkin, her first, team third. Lady Mustangs get the ball in court, get the ball up court to Abby Mussman. Mussman's going to drive it down that left side, and they're going to call a blocking foul this time against the Rebels. Abby Mussman drives it to the bucket from the left side, and that foul will go against Kelly Carlson. So Abby Mussman to the line to try and get her first points of the night. Mustangs down 7-6, 16.1 seconds to go here in the first period. So far the Mustangs are 0 for 3 from the free throw line. You know, I always say they can win the ball game at the end of the game with hitting free throws, but you need to hit them early also.
Yep.
Next free throw bounces around, and finally goes in. Ties it up here with 14 seconds to go. Lady Rebels bring the ball up court with Ballinger now over on the far right side. Drives that baseline. Shot is going to be up and no good. Rebounded. It's going to be Abby Mussman with the rebound at the end of the quarter. So at the end of one, it's all tied up here at 7 on B106 and B106.com. Brian Nickel with Corey Riddle back here at Fort Morgan High School. What were we looking at for turnovers in that?
For that first period, for the turnovers, 5 for the Lady Mustangs and 4 for the Lady Rebels. For quick thing on rebounds, we have 3 for the Mustangs and 4 for the Rebels.
So the Rebels another three from the right side, and that is going to be up and good. Another three for Emily Boko. Kelsey Shaver, now the ball is going to have a foul call. Nice job there by Kelsey Shaver to hang on to the ball. And that foul is going to go against Christina Gherkin, her second. So Lindsay Nestor back into the game, as well as Abby Mussman. Amy Anderson into the game. Her shot is going to be up and no good by Anderson. Rebounded to the Lady Rebels. They bring the ball up to get the ball into their set, and now Brovsky for a three, and that is up and no good. Rebounded by Mussman. Taken away though underneath. Now they're going to call a foul on Mussman as she tried to get the ball away. So Mussman with two. And I believe that is Christina Gherkin at the line to shoot two, and that first one is up and no good. Gherkin ready to shoot foul shot number two, and she is shooting 48%, and that one is up and also no good, but rebounded by the Rebels, but tied up by Nestor, and that will be possession to the Lady Mustangs as they are down 10-7. So Lindsay Nestor gets it into Hallie Shaver. Caitlin Wells back into the game for Mussman. Mussman with two fouls as well as Lewis. Mussman's shot is going to be up and good. I believe that was Amy Anderson, excuse me, with the shot. Now on the close side, Dubrovsky, as they try to get it underneath, and that shot is going to be up, and they're going to call a foul on Lindsay Nestor. So Nestor now with her first, team fifth. Let's see who that is at the line. Mustangs down 10-9. The first free throw is up and no good. Might be Michaela Rupel. I can't see if that's 21 or not. 6:46 to go here in the second period. Shot is up and no good. It is Jordan McClure. 2-point lead for the Lady Rebels, 11-9. Into the corner to Kelsey, now across court to Hallie Shaver, now to Nestor on the left baseline. Hallie Shaver with a shot, and that is up and good for Shaver. Her second bucket of the night ties it up here at 11. Early in this second period, now over here to Brovsky. Now they're going to call her for a travel. A turnover by the Weld Central Rebels now as Maddie Griffith comes in. Hallie Shaver will take a seat. So Fort Morgan now with Nestor, Griffith, Kelsey Shaver, Amy Anderson, and Caitlin Wells, and turnover by the Mustangs. Not a good pass on the far side. 6 minutes to go as they get the ball into the hands of Boko. Now back down into the corner to Ballinger. Shot is going to be up and good from the left side, and that is going to be Jordan McClure. 13-11. Lady Rebels, a game that the Mustangs would really like to come away with. Shot is up and no good by Nestor. She gets her own rebound, up again, this time also no good. Shot by Kelsey Shaver at the bucket. She is finally going to be fouled, and that foul will go against Boko, her first. So Kelsey Shaver to the line to shoot two. Kelsey Shaver shooting 53%. Up, bounces around, and goes in. Nice touch there by the sophomore. Cuts the lead to 1, 13-12. Kelsey Shaver with her second shot, bounces around and no good. It's going to be run down by Maddie Griffith. Griffith for a three, and that is off the rim and no good. Oh, no, not a smart foul by Lindsay Nestor, and that will be her second. So we have Haley Lewis, Abby Mussman, and Lindsay Nestor each with two. So Abby Mussman and Riley Bauman into the game for Lindsay Nestor and Kelsey Shaver. As the Rebels bring the ball up from the back court, leading 13-12. Far side to Leet, now up top to Ballinger. Boko back to Ballinger out at the point. Now back to Boko as they pass the ball around here on this perimeter. Another three is up, and that is up and good once again for Emily Boko. 9 points on the night for Boko. (16-12) Lady Rebels. 4:50 to go here in the first half. Ball's going to be tipped out of bounds on the far side by Brovsky. Mustangs to inbounds. Far side with Griffith. She gets it in to Mussman. Now over to Caitlin Wells. Wells back to Mussman. Anderson, she goes up for the shot, and she is going to be fouled on the arm. And that foul will go against Anita Ballinger, her first. Team seventh. So this is a two-shot foul for Amy Anderson. First free throw is off the back of the rim and no good. So the Mustangs having a rough time of it here from the free throw line tonight. Haley Lewis, Kelsey Shaver back in for Maddie Griffith and Caitlin Wells. So Amy Anderson with foul shot number 2 coming up here, and that is up and nothing but net for Anderson. So 3 points on the night for Anderson. Anderson now comes out. Hallie Shaver into the game for the Mustangs. So back to the starting, not quite the starting rotation, as Riley Bauman into the game for the Mustangs for Nestor. Now on the near side to Leet, cross court to Boko. Boko is going to drive it down. Her shot is going to be up and no good. It's going to be run down into in the corner by the Rebels. Now they're going to call a push foul. That's going to be on, if they're going to call a foul, if they're going to call it just out of bounds. The refs are going to be discussing it here. I don't know what they're discussing here. It is a foul against Kelly Carlson. Will be her second. I thought that must have been a non-shooting foul, an offensive foul. They don't shoot, even though it is 8 team fouls. You get the ball into the hands of Hallie Shaver. She gets it up into the front court now to Kelsey. Kelsey to Hallie, underneath to Haley Lewis. Kicks it back out and off of Hallie Shaver and out of bounds on the far side. So another turnover by the Lady Mustangs. Need to keep a little bit better control of this ball if they want to come out with a win tonight. Boko with another 3, and that is off the rim and no good, but it's going to be, that's going to be a foul on Abby Mussman. That will be her third push foul, and that will send Isabel Leet to the line to shoot a 1 and 1. That is the 7th team foul. That is up and no good, but rebounded by the Rebels. And now a double dribble is going to be called on the Rebels. So Abby Mussman to come out, Maddie Griffith into the game. Mustangs down 3, 16-13 with 3:51 to go here in this first half of play. A game that the Mustangs need to win. Weld Central is just a game back, and now a kick call is going to be called on the Rebels. So Fort Morgan to inbound in front of the Rebel bench. Hallie Shaver now looks to get the ball in. Gets it in to Kelsey. Hallie now over in the left corner. Now to Bauman. Kicks it back out. Now to Hallie Shaver from the corner. Up and no good. Or up and good. Excuse me. Got the bounce and went in. 6 points on the night for Hallie Shaver. 1 point lead here for the Lady Rebels. 16-15 with 3:13 to go here, second period. Up high now to Boko. Now over on the right side to Ballinger. Ballinger kicks it back out to Boko. Now to Leet over here on the near side. Back to Boko out at the top. Now to Leet. That three is up but no good. Tipped around and finally going to be taken away by Ballinger. Mustangs getting out rebounded here in this contest, but taken away by the Mustangs. Now up court to Haley Lewis on the layup. Her layup off the rim and no good. Haley Lewis with the layup and couldn't connect, and now a foul's going to be called on the far end on the rebound, and that will go against Hallie Shaver, be her first. So that will send, I believe that is Emily Boko at the line to shoot a 1-and-1. 16-15. Deep knee band, and that shot is going to be up and good, so she will earn a second. Now 17-15, 2:39 to go here. First half. Another free throw is up and good. 11 points on the night for Boko. So Boko comes out, and Alyssa Monsey comes in for the Rebels as they're up 3 with 2.5 to go here in this first half. Hallie to Lindsay Nestor, now back out to. Now there's going to be a foul called as Hallie Shaver was run into, and that is going to be against Isabel Leet, would be her second. So Hallie Shaver to go to the line to shoot a 1-and-1. First free throw is up and good for Shaver. 7 points on the night for Shaver. 18-16, 2:27 to go as Hallie Shaver sets for her second free throw, and that is off the back of the rim and no good. Going to be rebounded by the Rebels. Now they get it into the front court to set up their offense. Ballinger over to Monsey, back to Ballinger. Far side to Leet as the Lady Rebels work the ball around. Now they get it to Monsey, back to Ballinger out at the point, back to Monsey. Ballinger, now they try to get it underneath. Now they're going to call a foul on the ball going in. Oh, geez, that's going to be 3 on Haley Lewis. So Riley Bauman to come back into the game for the Mustangs. So Haley Lewis, not a happy camper. Free throw is off the rim and no good. That was Christina Gherkin with the free throw up and no good. 18-16. The Mustangs still roll within this game. It's only a 2-point game, but their main cog to get this team running is Haley Lewis, and she's having a tough night of it right now with 3 fouls and only 2 points. So shot up and no good, rebounded by the Lady Rebels with 1:30 to go here in this first half of play. Ballinger now out high. I'm going to give it to Leet on the far side, back to Ballinger at the point. Now they're going to call Riley Bauman, I think, with a push. So that will be her first, team 10th. See who that is at the line. They will be shooting 2. I believe that might be Christina Gherkin. Her first free throw is up and good. So it is a 2-shot foul. Maddie Griffith comes out. Amy Anderson in for the Mustangs with 1:21 to go. The Mustangs down 3, 19-16. Next free throw off the back of the rim, bounces around and no good. Get it to Bauman, now to Kelsey Shaver. Excuse me. 3-point lead now to Amy Anderson over in the left corner. Back to Kelsey. Cross court to Hallie. Now in to the middle. Cross court now to Lindsay Nestor. Nestor from the free throw line. Her shot is up and blocked. No good and taken away by the Weld Central Rebels. Ballinger looks to get the offense set up as we are under a minute here. 45 seconds in this first half of play with the Mustangs down 19-16. Over on the near side now to Monsey. Now another call. Coach Andy Schoen is trying to figure out what he's calling here. He's trying to figure out why they're calling everything down here on this end of the court, nothing at the other end. Andy Schoen just asking what is being called here, and that looks like that is Christina Gherkin once again. Her first free throw is up and no good. Caitlin Wells in for Lindsay Nestor. So Gherkin with her second free throw bounces around and no good. Now it's out of, they're going to say it's off of Fort Morgan and out of bounds. Looks like Boko had the ball, but now it's going to be inbounded left baseline of their basket with Ballinger. 37.3 seconds. Three is going to be up off the back of the rim and no good. A long rebound is going to be taken up and no good. And why nothing called though? She was Kelsey Shaver almost knocked to the floor on a push and nothing called. Now they gave a warning to the Fort Morgan bench. I'm not sure who they were talking to.
That one there.
It should be Fort Morgan ball. As Kelsey Shaver to inbounds far side. She gets it into Hallie with 26.3 seconds to go here as the clock runs. Hallie now to Kelsey on the left wing. Caitlin Wells now to Riley Bauman out high. Amy Anderson at the point. Now a three is going to be taken by Kelsey Shaver, or Hallie Shaver, and that goes out of bounds under the basket. Does not catch rim or net or anything. So it's 4.9 seconds as the Rebels get it in. They try to get it in down court. It's going to be shot is going to be up. It would have counted if it would have went in, but the Mustangs find themselves down 19-16 at halftime on B106 and B106.com. Brian Nickel and Corey Riddle here at Fort Morgan High School. Michaela Clipper back for us at the studios tonight as the Mustangs find themselves down 23-18 as the clock runs here with just under 6 minutes to go. Get the ball underneath to Lewis. Her layup is up and no good. As the Mustangs fall back into defensive mode here as the Weld Central Rebels look to get their offense going. Ballinger, Brovsky up at the top. Now back to Ballinger out at the high right wing. Back to Brovsky out at the point. Now into the corner to Boko. Now they're going to call a foul, I believe, on Hallie Shaver, excuse me. That will be three on her. So the Rebels to inbounds right baseline of their basket as they look to get it in, to get it into Boko out at the three-point line. Or excuse me, that's Boko with it now. That was Brovsky. Now Ballinger for a three from the top, and that is up and no good. Rebounded, taken away by Hallie Shaver. She gets it to Kelsey. Kelsey now to Mussman. 5 minutes to go here, third period, is Shaver now over to Mussman out at the high right wing. Now to Nestor from the right corner. Shot is up and no good. And now a foul on the rebound. They're going to call that one on Hallie Shaver, so that will be four on her. So Caitlin Wells into the game for Shaver. Mustangs down 5, 23-18, 4:50 to go here in the third period. Brovsky now to Ballinger, out high to looks back to Brovsky. Cross court now to Boko, and that three is off the rim and no good. Going to be rebounded by Ballinger out at the point. Brovsky now with the ball. They get it into the lane, and that free throw or shot is going to be up and no good. Rebounded by Mussman. Mussman into the front court, gets it to Nestor. Nestor off to Wells. Wells dribbles it down the left side now to Lewis. Mussman gets it in to Lewis. They're going to say no foul or no shot, and that will be against Michaela Brovsky, her second. So Fort Morgan to inbound right baseline of their basket with 4:08 to go, down 5, 23-18. Caitlin Wells runs it down, gets it off to Abby Mussman. Mussman back to Wells. Back to Mussman out at the point. Now to Lindsay Nestor. Nice little drive from the left side is up and good by Lindsay Nestor. 4 points on the night for Nestor. Man-to-man defense here by the... No, it's going to be still a zone, 2-3 zone defense here by the Lady Mustangs. Ballinger out high now, cross court. And back out to Ballinger. They get it over to Boko. Now they get it inside. And a jump is going to be called, and that will be a possession to the Lady Rebels, as they will now inbounds left baseline of their basket. Mustangs down 3, 23-20. They do get it in, and that shot is going to be up and no good. Rebounded by Mussman. Mussman drives it up that right sideline. Now gets it into the front court. He's going to drive it all the way down now to Lewis. Lewis's jumper is going to be up and no good. Nestor with the rebound, shot up and no good. Going to be rebounded by Carlson. Now another jump is going to be called. So that will be possession to the Lady Mustangs, as they will now inbounds left baseline of their basket, down 3, 23-20 with 3:05 to go third period. Kelsey Shaver looks to get the ball in, does to Abby Mussman. Mussman's shot from the right side is up and no good. Rebounded by Leet. Now into the hands of Ballinger. Under 3 to go here in the third period. Over to Leet over on the left side. Back to Ballinger out at the point. Back to Leet over on that left wing. A three is up, and that is up and good for Isabel Leet. Her first three of the night. Now a 6-point lead for the Lady Rebels, 26-20. Wells looks to get it to Kelsey Shaver. Now back to Wells to Mussman. Passed into the paint is knocked away by McClure, taken away by the Lady Rebels. 2:20 to go here in the third period. The Rebels up 26-20. Boko now out at the point. Cross court to Leet. Now a foul is going to be called underneath on the shot. And that foul will go against Kelsey Shaver. And to the line will be Jordan McClure to shoot two. First one is up and good for McClure. McClure on the season is shooting at 53%. So Abby Mussman comes out. Hallie Shaver back into the game. Up and no good, but run down in the corner by the Lady Rebels. Ballinger now on the near side to Gherkin. Gherkin back to Ballinger out at the point. Far side now to Leet. Leet back to Ballinger over on the close near side to Gherkin. Zone defense here by the Lady Mustangs. A minute 43 as the Lady Rebels content as they get the ball now underneath, and shot is in and out. And off of the Rebels and out of bounds. So another chance here for the Lady Mustangs to close this gap as they are down 7, 27-20. Hallie Shaver to bring the ball up court. Gets it into the front court to start the ball. Is almost taken away, but it's knocked out of bounds off of Weld Central. Lady Mustangs inbounds in front of their own bench. Hallie Shaver looks to trigger it in with 1:25 to go, third period. They try to get it in, but a kick ball, so now they will inbounds on the baseline. Oh, not a good pass as Hallie Shaver went to throw it to Kelsey, and she cut into the middle, so the ball went out of bounds. Turnover by the Lady Mustangs as they find themselves down 7 with 1:21 to go, third period. Now the Lady Mustangs man-to-man defense. Ballinger out at the point, keeps the dribble alive as she is guarded by Hallie Shaver. Now they're going to call a hold foul on Lindsay Nestor. That will be her third. So Haley Lewis, Abby Mussman, Lindsay Nestor with 3, Hallie Shaver with 4. Kelsey Shaver with 1, and Riley Bauman with 2. Under a minute to go here in this third period. The Mustangs down 7, 27-20. They get the ball underneath. Layup is going to be off the and stuck. So that'll be considered a jump ball, so that will go to the Lady Rebels. Now we have nobody to get the ball down, or extra ball. There we go. We're going to let Haley Lewis knock the ball out with the other ball. So the Rebels will inbound right baseline of their basket as Boko comes out and Gherkin will take a seat. Ballinger looks to get the ball in for the Rebels. They get it into McClure. I guess they call a travel on that.
That's what it looked like there.
Looked away for a minute and there was a travel call. So down to 40 seconds to go here, 27-20 Lady Rebels. Shaver to Nestor. Nestor's shot is up and good for Lindsay Nestor. Just inside the key. So Lindsay Nestor with 6 points on the night. So far the Haley Lewis has not had another foul here, and she and Abby Mussman and Lindsay Nestor each with 3, Hallie Shaver with 4. So we have a timeout here, but we will just keep it here as we will, since we have a little time here, we'll congratulate the Fort Morgan Mustang wrestling team as they send 5 to the state wrestling tournament this weekend. Frank Rosales at 160 pounds, Caleb Bell at 170, Dylan McBride at 182, Alex May at 220, and Toby McBride at 285. And that tournament will start on Thursday. So good luck to the Fort Morgan Mustangs in the tournament as their shot was up and no good by the Rebels. Now the layup is going to be no good by Haley Lewis, but she is going to be fouled on the shot. And that will go against Emily Boko, her second. So Haley Lewis to the line for the first time tonight to shoot 2. And free throw is up and no good. Haley Lewis on the year is shooting 65%. These are the first attempts at the free throw line for the Mustangs here in this second half. Next free throw is also off the back of the rim and no good. Rebounded by Boko as they get it up court. Out high to Boko. down to 5 seconds. Ballinger 3 seconds. Ballinger out at the high point. Now off to Christina Gherkin, and that shot would not have counted. So at the end of 3, the Lady Mustangs find themselves down by 5, 27-22 on B106 and B106.com. Brian Nickel and Corey Little here at Fort Morgan High School. The Lady Mustangs find themselves down by 5, 27-22. As we get ready for this 4th period of play, they were only outscored 8-6 in that 3rd period. Not a real high-scoring affair here at Fort Morgan High School, as the Lady Mustangs have first possession here in this 4th period. Hallie Shaver now to Kelsey, back to Hallie. Cross court to Wells, now back out to Shaver out at the point, now to Lewis. Lewis's shot is up and no good. Saved on the far side, and the shot is going to be up and good by Wells. Cuts the lead to 3, 27-24 as Ballinger brings the ball up court. Lee now out high to Boko, now back over to Ballinger out on the high right wing. She's guarded by Hallie Shaver. Rebels pass this ball around here, get their offense set up here. Gherkin now tries to drive it down that left side, and she's going to go up, and she is going to be fouled on the free throw, or on the shot, excuse me. And that is on Hallie Shaver, and that is 5 for her. So Abby Mussman into the game. So we have Anderson and Mussman, Lewis, Shaver, and Wells into the game for the Lady Mustangs. That free throw is up and no good, and that is Christina Gherkin at the free throw line. She is 1 of 7, 1 of 8 now from the free throw line. 7 minutes exactly to go here in this contest. Second free throw also rimmed in and out, rebounded by Haley Lewis. Mussman now to Griffith. Griffith back to Mussman. Mussman out high at the point, dribbles over to the right wing. Mustangs down 3, 27-24 here in the 3rd period, 6.5 to go. Kelsey in the corner, now a pass into the lane is taken away by the Rebels. So another empty possession here for the Lady Mustangs as they trail by 3. Ballinger back out to Boko out at the point. Now Leet dribbles out to the point. Mustangs in the man-to-man defense. Now Gherkin out high at the point, being guarded by Shaver. Gets it back out to Leet. She's guarded by Anderson. Ballinger guarded by Griffith. Now in to the corner to Boko. She drives the right baseline, but they're going to call a foul on the shot as Boko leans in over Kelsey Shaver. Shaver with the foul, and that will send Boko to the line where she has 11 points, 2 of 2 so far tonight from the free throw line is Emily Boko. 5:52 to go here, 4th period, and that free throw is up and good for Boko. Lindsay Nestor and Caitlin Wells into the game for Amy Anderson and Maddie Griffith. So Emily Boko with foul shot number 2. Coming up here, the Lady Rebels with a 4-point lead, 28-24. Second free throw up and good. She is 4 of 4 from the free throw line. 13 points on the night for Boko. 5-point lead, 29-24 for the Lady Rebels. Wells gets it to Mussman out on the high right wing. Now back to Wells. Mussman to Shaver over in the corner. Now it's going to be tipped and retrieved by Abby Mussman. Cross court to Wells. 5:28 to go. Wells now bounce pass to Kelsey Shaver. Now into the lane to Haley Lewis. That shot is no good, but she is going to be fouled on the shot. She will go to the line to shoot 2. And that is on Anita Ballinger, her second. So Haley Lewis to the line to shoot 2. She was 0 of 2 in that third period. Nothing but net on that first one. Haley Lewis with foul shot number 2 coming up here, and that one is also up and good for Lewis. (29-26). We have a full timeout here at Fort Morgan High School, so we'll take one with them with the Mustangs down 3, 29-26 on B106 and B106.com. 29-26, Lady Rebels over the Lady Mustangs with 5:22 to go here in this fourth period. A game that the Mustangs would very much like to win. They have 3 games left here in the season, as they will go to Englewood on Thursday and then to Vista Peak on Friday. Layup from the right side is up and no good by the Lady Rebels. Now a reach foul against the Rebels. And it looks like that will be on Leet. That will be her third. Only the team fourth. 17 fouls on the Mustangs, 4 on the Rebels as the Mustangs get the ball up into the front court to get their offense going here. Almost now it's going to be off of Caitlin Wells and out of bounds. Another empty possession here for the Lady Mustangs. As the Weld Central Rebels with Ballinger gets the ball into the front court. Got Elite over on the left wing. They're going to get it in, and shot is going to be up and no good. Rebounded, and it's going to be knocked out of bounds off of the Rebels. So the Fort Morgan Mustangs with another opportunity to cut into this lead or tie it with a 3. As they get it in to Mussman. Lewis, Nestor, Chelsea Shaver, Caitlin Wells, and Abby Mussman in the contest. Excuse me, that's Nestor in there also. Net is up and no good. Rebounded by Nestor. Her putback is up and no good. It's going to be taken away though by Ballinger. Mustangs with a golden opportunity to cut that lead to 1. Leet now out at the high right wing. Dribbles down the right side. Now a timeout is going to be taken by the Lady Rebels. So we will take one with them with 4:04 to go. The Mustangs down 3 on B106 and B106.com. 4:04 to go here in the fourth period. Lady Mustangs down 3, 29-26 to the Weld Central Rebels. Rebels sit behind the Lady Mustangs in the standings as they are at 8-4. Fort Morgan at 9-2. Shot is up and no good by McClure. Carlson with the rebound. Foul on the shot, and that is going to go against Abby Mussman, her 4th. So that will send Kelly Carlson to the line to shoot 2. Her first trip to the charity line tonight, and she is at 58% from the free throw line. Carlson's first shot is up and in. Bounced around there and finally fell. 4-point lead now for the Rebels with 3:45 to go, 30-26. Carlson with foul shot number 2, and that is up and bounced off the rim and no good. Rebounded by Haley Lewis. They're going to call Lewis for the travel. Coach Andy Schoen not happy. So Ballinger to inbound right baseline. It's going to be taken away by Haley Lewis on the inbound. Haley Lewis dribbles into the lane. Now is going to kick it back out. Shaver now to Wells. Nestor now from the left corner. And that shot is going to be up off the rim and no good. Rebounded by Carlson. Now she gets it into the hands of Leet, back to Ballinger. 4-point lead here for the Lady Rebels. 3:20 to go. You get the ball to Carlson over in that right corner, being guarded by Lewis. Now into the lane is Leet. Now a jump is going to be called, and that will be possession arrow to the Rebels as they will inbounds left baseline of their basket. 3:06 to go. 30-26. Rebels, they get it into Carlson, and that jumper from the lane is up and good for Carlson. Six-point lead here. It's going to be tipped out of bounds and off the hands of Boko. So the Mustangs to inbounds in front of their bench. Wells gets it in to Mussman. Mussman now to Shaver on the far side. Back to Mussman out at the point. 2:48. Mustangs down 6, 32-26. Now to Nestor. Back to Mussman. Mussman from the right elbow, and that is up, bounces around, and no good. A jump is going to be called, and that will be possession to the Lady Mustangs. Shaver to inbounds for the Mustangs. They are down 32-26. Tipped out of bounds by Leet. So Shaver to try it once again to get the ball in. Get it in to Lewis. Lewis drives it into the lane, and they're going to call a jump. Possession to the Rebels. They're going to call a technical on the coach, Andy Schoen. This guy's kind of had it in for Schoen all night. He thought it was more of a foul, and they call a technical. So that will send, we'll see who the Rebels send to the line for the free throws, and that will be Kelly Carlson. She will shoot 2. With the Lady Rebels up by 6, 32-26. That free throw is off the back of the rim and no good. So she will get one more. 2:29 to go here in this fourth period. That free throw off the back of the rim and also no good. So a big break there for the Lady Mustangs. But possession still to the Lady Rebels. They get the ball into Ballinger in the back court. She crosses into the front court to set up their offense. Not a lead. Now back to Ballinger out at the point. Now over to Boko. Boko to Leet. Going to be taken away. Oh! That's going to be a foul on the Rebels after Nestor took the ball away. So that will go on Leet. That will be her 4th. So question at the scorers table. The Mustangs down by 6, 2:14 to go. Rebels with a substitution here as Leet goes out, and Brovsky, I believe, came in for the Rebels. Now a timeout is going to be taken here by the Mustangs. So we'll take one with them, down 6, 32-26 on B106 and B106.com. Brian Nickel and Corey Riddle here at Fort Morgan High School. The Mustangs down 6, 32-26 as they look to get the ball in. They get it in to Wells. Now back to Shaver. Lewis now to Mussman. Mussman drives it into the paint. She gets it underneath. There's going to be a foul called on the pass. Well, they're going to say it was on the shot, and that foul is going to go on Jordan McClure, her first. So Abby Mussman to the line to shoot 2. So this is where they can close this in here a little bit. But that's off the back of the rim and no good. 2 minutes exactly to go here in this contest. The Lady Mustangs down 6, 32-26. Second free throw for Mussman is also off the back of the rim and comes out, rebounded by Carlson. Now they're going to call a travel on Carlson, so a turnover by the Rebels gives the Mustangs another opportunity here to cut into this lead. Nestor to inbound, she gets it in. Now ball is going to be tipped on the pass, taken away by the Rebels. Ballinger brings it up into the front court. The student body has awakened over there on the far side. So the Rebels will take a full timeout, so we will take one with them. 32-26 Rebels on B106 and B106.com. 1:44 to go here. The Mustangs down 6, 32-26. The Rebels with possession. Ballinger being guarded by Mussman. Ballinger's going to drive it down that left side, and her shot is going to be up and no good, but they're going to call a blocking foul on the Mustangs, and that will go against Lindsay Nestor. So Nestor, they've held off quite a while. Haley Lewis hasn't picked up another foul. She had 3 to start this second half and still has 3. But Ballinger to the line to shoot 2, and that first one is up and good. 3 points on the night for Ballinger. 33-26. Next free throw rims out, rebounded by Nestor. Nice strong rebound there by Nestor. That brings it up court. They tried to get it underneath, but it's going to be tipped away. But if the Mustangs with possession, they get it into the hands of Mussman. 1:23 back to Wells. Wells, now a reach foul is going to be called on the far side, and that will be Ballinger. Be her third. That will send Wells to the line to shoot a 1-and-1. So the Mustangs need to take advantage of these free throws here. So Wells on the year, she's only been to the line 6 times. She's 2 of 6, 33%. 1:19 to go. The Mustangs down 7, 33-26. The 1-and-1, and that shot is up and good for Wells. So she will earn another 3 points on the night for Wells. Cut this to 5 with the made free throw, and that's off the back of the rim and no good. Rebounded by Carlson, and now a foul. Oh, they're going to call a jump ball, and that will be possession arrow to the Lady Mustangs, as they will now inbound right baseline of their basket. The 32nd time will be taken by the Lady Coach Andy Schoen of the Mustangs, so we will just keep it right here. Thursday night, the Lady Mustangs will be at Englewood at 7 o'clock, and then Friday they will be at Vista Peak at 5:30 for that makeup game that was snowed out back on Tuesday, February 2nd. So the Mustangs need to try and win as many of these games as they can to try to get into the state tournament, which will start a week from Friday on the 26th. Announcements will come out on Sunday on the 21st on who is in and who is not. So shot from the corner is up and no good by Griffith. Rebounded by the Weld Central Rebels with 1:10 to go. Ballinger now with the ball up court. Ballinger dribbles down, weaves through. Now it's going to be tipped away by Haley Lewis, but that will be a foul on Lewis. It'll be her 4th. The 1:02 to go.
Got to do what you got to do to try to regain the ball.
So Ballinger back to the line. To shoot 2 as the Mustangs have 10 team fouls. The Rebels is 7. And that free throw is up and good by Ballinger. 4 points on the night for Ballinger. Mussman in for Griffith. Minute and 2 seconds left here And second free throw is up and also good for Ballinger. 8-point lead, biggest lead of the night for the Rebels. Comes at the worst time for the Mustangs. Off the hands of Nestor, but she runs it down. We're down to 53 seconds now. Wells over to Mussman out on the high right wing. Shot is up and no good. Rebounded by Ballinger. She gets it up into the hands of Boko. And now a foul is going to be called as the Mustangs try to get this ball back. And I believe that foul is going to go on Wells. That will be her first. So that will send Boko back to the line to shoot two. She is 4 of 4 from the free throw line tonight. She can make this a 10-point game here with the free throws. And that first one is up and good for Boko. 14 points on the night for Boko. So she will get an opportunity here, and that free throw is up and also good. She is 6 of 6 from the free throw line tonight. Mussman hustles it up court with 37 seconds. Haley Lewis ends up losing it out of bounds and off of her knee. So a turnover by the Mustangs here late as they're down 10 with 34.3 seconds. Fort Morgan now with the full court pressures. They get the ball into Leet. Lead into the front court. And now the ball is taken away on the far side by Lewis. Now they're going to call her for the travel as she came up with the ball. So the Rebels to inbound with 24.1 seconds. Now an offensive foul is going to be called on the illegal screen. And that will go against Kelly Carlson. It'll be her third. 22 seconds, 10-point lead here for the Lady Rebels. They get it underneath, and it's going to be taken away. Another turnover by the Lady Mustangs. So that's killed them here in this fourth period with 12 seconds. They're going to go down to defeat. Now they're going to call a travel on Ballinger. So Fort Morgan with a little more opportunity to cut into this lead, but it is a done deal as the Weld Central Lady Rebels will come away victorious tonight. As the Mustangs, the ball is tipped and goes out of bounds on the far side, but the Lady Mustangs will inbounds. So this will put the Mustangs at 9-3, Weld Central at 9-4. Shot is up and no good. Ball tipped around, taken away by Leet. And that is how this game will come to an end, with the Lady Mustangs being defeated by 10, 37-27. We'll be back with the post-game show here on B106 and B106.com.